Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Show. I'm Vic and welcome to our daily sports update show on this beautiful Wednesday, the 8th of April. Damn, it's the 8th of April already. Time is 8th of April. I've got to say that twice. Time is flying. So we got to buy Christmas presents again, man. Listening to lots of sports to get into this morning. Not that much. Football, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, a little bit of IPL cricket and a little bit of EuroLeague basketball. That's what we're going to get into this morning. If you want to get hold of us, email on top as per usual. Please do like, subscribe and hit the notification button if you think what we're doing is kind of nice. There you go. Let's start with the football. Last night, big Champions League night there, and a good result for Bayern Munich there against Real Madrid. They're winning 2-1 in Madrid. Goals from Diaz and Kane put them up 2-0. Then Mbappe with a late goal. They're kind of giving Real Madrid a little bit of hope in the second leg, but it's not going to be easy to win in Munich. Then Arsenal with a late goal there from Kai Havertz in the 91st minute to give them a 1-0 lead going into the second leg, which will be played at the Emirates there in London. So good news for the two away teams, 2 away wins. Good stuff. Then this evening, of course, it will be Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool, and it's going to be Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. Live on this channel, I'll be doing that, the conference tonight, so please join for that. 8:45 Central European Time, that's 20:45 if you want it in a different format. There you go. Then I'm not going to do the NBA now because there's still some games going. Let's go into the EuroLeague straight away. There you go. Those were the games from last night. Some good games. I did that Hapoel against Fenerbahce game. Hapoel were amazing last night. Fenerbahce on a 4-game slide at the moment. Then good wins for Dubai against Algiers at 77-65. Red Star with a good win against Paris, 94-81. Olympiacos helping out Fenerbahce with that win against Real Madrid, keeping Fenerbahce in the top 4, 102-88. Bologna losing to Bayern, 80-85, of two teams not making the playoffs. Valencia took care of Milano, 102-96. Barcelona in a little bit of trouble at the moment, losing there to Panathinaikos Athens, 83-79. And Baskonia put a big dent in Maccabi's hopes of making the playoffs, beating them 101-98. Let's have a look at the table there quickly and take a sip while we're doing that. So we've got some games still to play tonight, but look, on top, all play 36 games. Olympiacos ahead of Valencia and Fenerbahce. Look, ideally you're in the top 4, then you get home court advantage until the final 4. Hapoel looking good there in 4th now, game in hand still. Play on Friday night, got to play on Sunday night as well in the Tel Aviv derby there. Real Madrid slipping out of the top 4. Panathinaikos moving up into the top 6, which is important for them. Then in those play-in spots at the moment, it's Algiers, Kaunas, Barcelona, Red Star, and Monaco. Monaco has to worry now because they got a game in hand. They still got a game in hand, but they have to be careful now because Dubai Basket is there and thereabout. This evening, we will be doing Anadolu Efes against Partizan. Two teams are not making the playoffs, but Partizan have been on a very good run of late. And join Vern for that. I think that is at around about 19:30 Central European Time. So he'll be live at about 19:20. So join him for that. Then we move into the IPL. There were some results there in the Indian Premier League of cricket. Kolkata Knight Riders and Punjab Kings, that game was abandoned. Then the Rajasthan Royals beating the Mumbai Indians. Rajasthan Royals 150 for 3. Mumbai Indians only could make 123 for 9 wickets. A good result there for the Rajasthan Royals. Tell you why it's a good result, because the Rajasthan Royals still unbeaten. Play 3-1-3 on top of the table, ahead of the Punjab Kings there. But early going in the IPL, early going. What's the rest of the week got ahead of us? The Delhi Capitals will take on the Gujarat Titans. Then Kolkata Knight Riders will take on the Lucknow Super Giants. Rajasthan Royals against the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Punjab Kings against the Sunrisers. Hyderabad and Chennai Super Kings will play the Delhi Capitals. That'll all be all the games until Saturday. So we got that out the way. Now let's go Let's go to the NBA. Let's see if we can get if the results are all in there. Still the Kings, Warriors, Suns. I'm worried about those games. Let's have a look what the Kings and the Warriors. Let's see if any of those games are finished at the moment. Just to make sure that I know the Rockets game won't be finished. But let's have a look what the Warriors did. The Warriors and the Kings. Oh, the Warriors did win that one. I'll try to put that out there for you guys. So the Warriors won that one, 105 to 110. So let's have a look at the results quickly. There we go. So at the moment, the Rockets and the Suns are battling it out. The Suns are up by 1 point at the moment. That's just the end of the third quarter coming up there, 80 to 79. Then the Bulls beat the Wizards 121 to 98. The Timberwolves took care of the Pacers 104. The Nets beat the Bucks 96 to 90. The Raptors took care of my Heat 121-95. The Celtics 113-102 over the Hornets. Good game there again from LaMelo Ball with 36 points. Jaylen Brown answered with 35 of his own and 9 rebounds for a winning Celtics team. The Pelicans and the Jazz forgot to play defense in this one. 156 to 137. Fears there for the Pelicans with 40.6 assists and 3 steals. The Warriors knocking off the Kings, like I said, 110-105. The Thunder thrashing the Lakers, but I'm disappointed in LeBrick James, because I'm going to call him LeBrick James, because every time he knows his team can't win a game, he doesn't play. But he wants to be Michael Jordan and he wants to be the GOAT. Jordan didn't sit out games, my son. You are not even in the same atmosphere as LeBron, as Michael Jordan, LeBron. There you go. The Clippers, good win against the Mavericks. Kawhi Leonard there with 34 points. Clippers moving up nicely. I'll do the tables tomorrow because there are not many games tomorrow, so we can do the tables. Let's go back to that Rockets one. Yeah, the Suns still up there, 84-81 with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. So would be a big win if the Rockets could pull it off, because the Lakers are slipping down. The Rockets win this and the Lakers will go down to 6th spot, the Rockets into 5th. So we'll see what happens there. We will see what happens there. That is your basketball from the NBA. Let's move on. Let's move on to the NHL. There were a few games in the NHL last night. There's actually one more game that is on my list here. I'll tell you about that. Look, the Panthers, they got knocked off by the Canadians 3-4. The Lightning lose to the Senators 2-6. Blue Jackets with a good win against the Red Wings 4-3. The Flyers thrashed the Devils 5-1. The Bruins and the Hurricanes in a tight one there, 6-5 for the Hurricanes. And all big playoff implications, which we'll talk about tomorrow. We'll do Table Friday tomorrow. Avalanche Table Thursday, sorry. It's only Thursday tomorrow. Avalanche Blues 3-1. The Flames losing to the Stars 4-3. The Wild beating the Kraken 5-2. The Mammoth took care of the Oilers 6-5. My Golden Knights beating the Canucks 2-1. And another game that just finished now, the Predators knocked off the Ducks 5-0. We will do all the tables tomorrow, playoff predictions, all that stuff tomorrow. Major League Baseball, a hell of a lot of games in the Major League Baseball. Some teams are doing really well that you didn't expect. I mean, the Cubbies 9-2 against the Rays. The Royals losing to the Guardians 2-1. The Padres got stomped by the Pirates 1-7. The Reds beating the Marlins 6-3. The Red Sox losing to the Brewers 3-2. The Cardinals beating the Nationals 7-6. The LA Dodgers taking care of the Blue Jays 4-1. The Baltimore Orioles beating the White Sox 4-2. There you go. A little bit more there. The Tigers losing to the Twins 4-2. Mariners losing to the Rangers 3-2. The Rockies are doing really well this year, the Colorado Rockies, beating the Astros 5-1. The Giants took care of the Phillies 6-0, and the Braves beat the Angels. There was a lot of fighting going on. Haymakers being thrown there. They thought they were Mike Tyson against Evander Holyfield. Big fight there in that Atlanta Braves against Angels game. Few players got tossed. Animosities early in the season already. They don't like each other, the Angels and the Braves. Looks like it, at least. There you go. Don't forget our ATP show on Thursday. I'll update you on everything North American. We'll go into the NASCAR race coming up this weekend. We'll look at the playoffs in the NBA and in the National Hockey League. We'll look what the standings in baseball, and we'll talk a little bit about NFL and what's happening in the NFL. there you go. What else I want to remind you of? Don't forget this evening, Vern live basketball, 24/7 Central European time. And and with me later on today, there you go, 8:45 in the evening, big Champions League night, big night for Liverpool. Can they bounce back after getting thrashed 4-0 by Man City? They got to travel to Paris to face Paris Saint-Germain, and the battle of the Spanish. Barcelona against Madrid, but this time it's Atletico Madrid. So there you go. That's what's coming up tonight. That's my show for today. Let me go into the chat. I was a little bit rude. Haven't been to the chat yet so far. Let's see who's in the chat. Got Dion van Sale, Hill, Ronnie, Tony Soprano, Vern, Ito Abe, Mena Rossi, John, Katie, Michael, Bruno Casanova, Dennis from Namibia, Tracy, Peter, Heinrich Otten, Mornay Frederick, Nadine Keller, Scott Jennings, Noah, Maximus Hunty, and Prita Dutta from India. Yeah, good stuff there, guys. Good stuff. Guys, listen here. Have a great Wednesday. Be safe. Be healthy. Stay cool. See you tomorrow. Or not. See you later this afternoon. DEFCON Rugby Show. 5 o'clock with Vern today. I won't be around. So see you guys later, man. Ciao, ciao.